The British Army has admitted that a black soldier who fronted several recruitment campaigns had to work in an unacceptable environment where she experienced sexist and racist harassment. As well as apologising, the Army has paid the soldier a substantial financial sum. Kerry-Ann Knight, who left the Army this year, has been talking for the first time to our defence correspondent Jonathan Beale.
Yeah, that's the section I was in. Yeah, can you spot me?
I can spot you.
Yeah.
Kerry-Ann Knight always knew she'd stand out. In an army struggling to recruit both women and ethnic minorities.
Were you the only black person in
Yeah, I was the only a black female.
But she joined full of hope, assuming racism had long been stamped out.
For some reason, I thought someone in uniform was going to be professional, and I was very excited to be a part of that and just creating my own family within the Army.
Kerry-Ann became a face for Army recruitment. She knew why the Army wanted to appeal to the groups she represented. But she also became a target for abuse.
I was extremely shocked because I really didn't experience such deep levels of racism. Yeah, I had to learn the hard way in the Army.
It got worse when she became an instructor at Harrogate. It's where the Army trains junior soldiers from the age of 16. It's controversial, not least because in the past there have been allegations of bullying. Kerry-Ann says she witnessed it, but she too suffered at the hands of her fellow white male instructors.
They'd pile everything daily on my desk, so just to show me that I'm not welcomed. And I remember one day they took a photo of me just standing at that desk, looking slightly broken, just having to sort out that rubbish before I can use my desk. They'd have Django Unchained playing. They would repeat the most, say, racist lines, and then they'd chuckle. They spoke outright in the office about lynching me, simply because I'd put in a complaint. And it was suggested for me to be tar and feathered.
Rather than root out the racism, she says the Army closed ranks to protect the organisation.
When they tried to paint out as if I was a aggressive black woman, that was extremely tough. If it wasn't for those individuals who supported me, whether secretly or publicly, yeah, I would have been broken.
Earlier this year, she took her case to an employment tribunal. The Army contested it, but as the evidence mounted, it issued an apology. It accepted Mrs. Knight had to work in an environment where she experienced racist and sexist harassment. It admitted the Army failed her. In a separate statement, the MOD said it had settled the claim with no admission of liability.
I would never encourage a woman, especially of colour, to join the Army, because it's not going to benefit your life in the long run.
Kerry-Ann's image was used to promote a positive image of the Army, that it's inclusive and welcome to all. But her harrowing experience tells a very different story. Jonathan Beale, BBC News.